WCBI News at 10 starts now.
Thanks for joining us tonight at 10. There are new developments today in a Wcbi County capital murder case. District Attorney Scott Colomb is now asking for a continuance in the trial against Jonathan Shoemaker. Shoemaker was believed to be the gunman who shot Macon store clerk Christopher Haywood in March of 2015. Now investigators say there's new evidence in the investigation. Only our cameras were present during today's press conference. Quentin Smith was there. He joins us live in the studio. Quentin, the trial, he was facing a trial pretty soon.
That's right, Scott. Jonathan Shoemaker's trial was set to begin on Monday, but new information, including results from a polygraph test, a cell phone recording, and the fact that the other suspects involved are now saying they were pressured to give false statements, has the district attorney's office rethinking whether or not they have the right suspects. This is exclusive footage from 2015 when Jonathan Shoemaker, brothers Justin and Joshua Williams, along with Elizabeth Reed, were all charged with capital murder in the death of Christopher Haywood at the local express store. This is video from the scene 4 years ago. District Attorney Scott Colomb says a key piece of evidence has now been revealed, possibly showing that Shoemaker and the three others who were charged weren't involved.
I'm not exonerating the three of them, but I am saying I am not in a position where I think it's in the best interest for the state of Mississippi to go to trial next week.
That evidence is a recording that was discovered on Joshua Williams' cell phone. According to Colomb, the recording features a guy by the name of Freddie Hill, who was a witness in the investigation. Colomb says the recording places Hill and the four suspects at Reed's home making a rap song just minutes after the crime allegedly happened.
These audios were concerning to me because of the timing. The murder was the 911 call was reported at 10:37. The first recording is at 10:42 p.m., 5 minutes after the 911 call.
Colomb questioned the three co-defendants, and he says they admitted to lying to the Mississippi Bureau of Investigation about their involvement with the murder and admitted that Shoemaker was with them the entire night.
And this is what they're saying. I mean, I can't attest to the accuracy of this, but what they're saying is that after several hours of questioning, they told MBI that Jonathan Shoemaker was involved because that's what they felt like was necessary to end the questioning, to tell them what they wanted to hear, and to stop the interviewing.
The district attorney says all three witnesses who were interviewed have now recanted their statements, and at this time, there is no physical evidence connecting Shoemaker to the crime.
I got a voice recording at 10:42 where a witness says this person was with me 13 miles away from the murder scene. So there's a good chance if we go to trial next week, Jonathan Shoemaker will be acquitted.
These developments have now prompted Colomb to ask for a continuance. He'll hire a private investigator to look into the case and see if there's more evidence and possibly more people connected to the crime.
For 4 years, I believe he committed the murder. And unfortunately, as I got new information, I wasn't able to ignore it. And so once I got that new information, I had to confront it and challenge myself as to what does the evidence actually show.
Colomb will ask for a continuance until March 2020. All four suspects will be released on bond, but they must wear ankle monitors. We reached out to Shoemaker's attorney, Shane Tompkins. He says he is aware of the continuance, but did not wish to give any further comment at this time. The jurors summoned to court for this trial this Monday won't have to report to the courthouse. Scott?
All right, Quentin, thank you very much. An Iuka man is out on bond, finds himself back in the Tishomingo County Jail. Deputies pulled a car over after it pulled into a driveway, and the occupants got out in a driveway near a safety checkpoint. Deputies spotted used needles in the vehicle and searched it. The search turned up a large amount of alleged heroin that appeared to be laced with fentanyl and a bag of alleged methamphetamine. One of the people in the vehicle claimed the needles and was arrested. The owner of the vehicle, Clyde Richardson, is charged with felony possession of heroin and felony possession of meth. Richardson was out on bond for a prior drug arrest. Investigators are trying to have that bond revoked. Calhoun County investigators make a child molestation arrest. Jose Sanchez is charged with 1 count of touching a child for lustful purposes. Sheriff Greg Pollin says the victim told a parent about the alleged molestation. Investigators believe the abuse has been going on for about a year. Deputies are still interviewing witnesses and conducting a forensic interview with the victim. More charges are expected. Bond was set at $50,000 for Sanchez. However, he does remain in jail because U.S. Immigration Customs Enforcement has placed a hold on Sanchez. He is reportedly in the country illegally.
Still chilly today, but not as cold as what we had yesterday. You can see the clouds increasing from Louisville, Mississippi with our time lapse from today. And those clouds continue to build on into the region. Overcast in many spots here. We look back to the west of Jackson into northern Louisiana. There's a little bit of rain, at least in the clouds. Some of this is actually reaching the ground. But I will tell you the atmosphere is very dry here in Mississippi, and that rain is moving into a very hostile type environment. So temperatures right now into the low and mid 30s. We'll gradually moisten up the atmosphere tonight, and we may see a few sprinkles or showers in the region tomorrow. Most spots won't see it. We're looking at highs in the 40s, but the sun returns Friday. Full forecast in just a few minutes.
New tonight, more than half of the state's children aren't meeting the mark to be ready for kindergarten. Courtney Ann Jackson has an example of how one district is helping prepare its students.
Jonna LeBurn is a pre-K teacher at Pearl.
I taught pre-K, kindergarten, and then I'm back in pre-K. And one of the things that I noticed when I was in kindergarten, we had a lot of children coming to us that were not ready.
It's something the state is working to change. Here at Pearl, they saw their scores on the kindergarten readiness test and realized it was time to bring back their pre-K program 5 years ago.
A lot of our parents did not have the means, the monetary means to send their children to a quality private daycare that would provide the educational piece that they were missing.
Some of these children may look like they're playing, but interacting with other children and motor skills are a critical part of preparing them for kindergarten.
Social skills that they're getting here are absolutely one of the most important things we do, in my opinion. They need to learn how to communicate and use language to do so.
Identifying letters, numbers, shapes, and colors may seem small, but it's the building blocks they need, and it translates to less remediation in the following years.
Know that third grade reading assessment is comprehension, but if you can't get to comprehension if they don't have the reading skills that they need.
And they don't want to see students behind before they ever begin.
You have to still get them prepared with the second and third grade standards, so it's like you're trying to close large gaps, and it's difficult if they don't have those foundational skills.
Courtney Ann Jackson, WCBI News.
Preschool isn't required in Mississippi, but the state has been taking steps in recent years to expand access to early childhood learning. We can probably all agree that most fifth graders love to talk, but in one classroom, if you do, you have to back up what you say. Jolie Miller teaches fifth grade at Ackerman Elementary School. Her students are learning how to write 5-paragraph essays. They have to pick an argument, and they also have to find text to support it. Right now, their subject is the Pilgrim's Voyage to America.
They're actually reading passages about the history of the Pilgrims because eventually we're going to write our essay about the hardships that the Pilgrims faced. So I'm trying to get them to think about the issues that they had to go through to get here to America. The best part is they come in every morning and they hug you, they love on you. So I look forward to seeing them every morning.
To see your favorite teacher in the spotlight, just visit our website, wcbi.com.
Well, we've got a special dog here in our first fur cast tonight. Look at Jet right here, Scott. I think you have a special connection. He's all in the Christmas spirit, Jet is. It's actually Scott's dog. We're looking at cloudy skies tomorrow, 51, mostly sunny on Friday, and the sun returns on Saturday too. Your full forecast is next.
WCBI's Educator of the Week is brought to you by Food Giant, where your neighbors are the owners. Your WCBI First Alert AccuWeather forecast with Chief Meteorologist Keith Gibson.
We've had some cool temperatures already this month, and we're not even halfway through the month. And here in Tupelo and Starkville, we're about 9 degrees below average so far. It has been a chilly start to the month, but we will climb out of the deep freeze slowly. A gradual climb here back into the mid-60s next week, and that's where we should be for this time of year, not necessarily in the 40s or 50s. Now, tomorrow, another day in the 40s, a lot of cloud cover. We will just hedge the bet and include a 10% chance of rain, a shower or sprinkle all day long, but most spots will not see that. You can see the clouds increasing from the west tonight as we look to the east with the rising moon there at Durham's Pharmacy in Vernon. Extensive high cloudiness here. There actually is a little bit of rain in the clouds just back to our west. Now, this is Weather 101 here tonight. There's the rain. Let's go and inspect the atmosphere. We don't show you this too often. What you need to know here, from the lower half of the atmosphere down to the surface here, halfway down, very dry air. So that rain's coming on in, and it will probably evaporate before it can reach the ground here. So we will keep the forecast dry for our area tonight. Overnight lows about where they are right now, upper 30s or upper 20s to lower 30s. And then we may see those temperatures rise just a little bit as these clouds thicken as we go throughout the course of the night. So you don't really see a lot of rain in the region here on our day Thursday. If anything, a better chance tomorrow afternoon across the southern third of the area before the clouds move away tomorrow night. And lo and behold, we're back into the sunshine on Friday. So here's the bigger picture. You can see the system. The better rain chance is actually along and south of I-20 tomorrow. And then we get back to the sunshine here as we get into the weekend. So things are looking a little bit on the positive side here if you want to see a lot of sunshine here over the next 7 days. Tomorrow, the most overcast day around here. We're looking at 47 degrees. Maybe a shower or two. 51 on Friday, 56 Saturday, 59 Sunday, low to mid 60s next week.
A congregation known for feeding the soul is helping area residents feed their bodies as well. We take a look when we come back. Welcome back, everyone. There are many health risks when it comes to using tobacco. Tonight, we talk about some ways to help fight smoking addiction in our Health Talk with Baptist.
Hi, I'm Dr. Gaurav Dutta, part of pulmonology team at Baptist Memorial Hospital Golden Triangle. Tonight, I want to discuss some strategies to help you quit tobacco use. Awareness of what is triggering your nicotine use and understanding the risks of continued smoking are the first steps to quitting. There are 3 different types of triggers or cues. Physical cues are withdrawal symptoms from nicotine, such as feeling irritable, angry, or anxious, having trouble thinking, craving tobacco products, feeling hungrier than usual. Situational cues are linked to activities such as getting up in the morning, after a meal, or while talking on the phone. Emotional cues are usually stress-induced. Anger and sadness are the 2 strongest emotions that trigger tobacco use. There are ways to manage these cues once you recognize them. The best way to manage physical cues is through proper nutrition, increased physical activity, and medication or nicotine replacement therapy. Performing exercise or other physical habits can replace the urge to smoke. Situational cues can be harder to manage since they are everyday routines. Changing your environment and substituting some behaviors can help create new associations that are tobacco-free. Awareness of what is causing your stress is important in managing your tobacco urges. Once the cause is realized, creating a plan of action can give a sense of being back in control of a situation. Join us next time for Health Talk with Baptist, when we will discuss treatment options to quit smoking.
Mail your topic suggestions to healthtalk@wcbi.com. Health Talk has been brought to you by Baptist Memorial Hospital Golden Triangle.
A West Point church opens its doors to feed the community. Third Mount Olive MB Church served up more than 200 meals today. Food was given to those that stopped by the church, and a number of deliveries were made to people that couldn't make it. The church has been serving Thanksgiving meals to families for about 10 years now. West Point police and fire departments also helped pass out the meals. A career night earns you our Athlete of the Week. More from our rising star in New Albany next in sports.
Here's sports with Tom Ebel.
We took to social media to decide what our game of the week would be for Week 13 of the End Zone. A lot of great playoff matchups between area teams, and after 2,300 votes, we'll be heading to R.E. Hines Stadium. The 4A playoff rematch between the reigning state champion Louisville Wildcats and the Pontotoc Warriors. We meet again, folks. These two met in the 3rd round a season ago. The Wildcats winning 56-7. Will it be revenge for Pontotoc, or will the Power Cats continue their quest for a repeat? We'll find out Friday as we kick off Week 13 with all sorts of playoff action live from Louisville at 5 and 6. So taking a look at the Game of the Week poll, thank you so much to everyone who voted. Our biggest turnout of the year, 2,379 votes. Pontotoc and Louisville is your winner by 15 votes, barely edging out Water Valley at Choctaw County. Don't worry, we'll be at all these games on Friday and have all these great highlights coming up on the End Zone. Don't you worry, we'll be there. This week's Athlete of the Week stepped up when his team needed him the most, putting on a performance he may tell his kids about one day. New Albany's C.J. Hill had the game of his life versus Shannon, racking up 299 total yards of offense, and not one, not two, but 7 touchdowns in the Bulldogs' 54-32 win over Shannon. The sophomore has burst onto the scene this year, the first round playoff matchup being his 3rd straight game with at least 200 yards rushing. Hill says the best stat at the end of a Friday night is adding a 1 to the win column.
Yeah, it's my first time having 7, but we just worked on it all week and we came through with it. Wasn't really worried about the stats so much as just getting the win. Just moving on to the second round of the playoffs. The first time New Albany's done that in a while, I've heard, so just a good thing for us. Just a big thank you to our running backs, Coach Kerbo, and our O-line for just helping me out.
Has scored 12 touchdowns in his last 3 games. New Albany visits Greenwood for its round 2 matchup. The early signing period allowing SEC hoop squads to get an idea of what the future will be like on the hardwood. For women's basketball, that future is looking insanely bright. Starting with Mississippi State, adding 2 top recruits nationally. Deanna Gaston, 4-star forward, number 95 on ESPN's national rankings, and 5-star Madison Hayes, 29 nationally, number 7 guard in the country. But what a day for Coach Yo and Ole Miss. 2 5-stars on the day. These are the first 2 5-stars for Coach Yo in her tenure at Ole Miss. Madison Scott, number 13 nationally, number 2 wing in the country, and Jacoria Bracey, the number 1 recruit out of Mississippi, is also the number 48 national recruit, 5-star guard. And then continuing for Ole Miss, they wrapped up their recruiting class today. Snutta Collins, 3-star, 29th nationally, number 4 in Mississippi, and Caitlin McKee out of Jacksonville. She's 3-star guard, mainly plays the wing. She's number 10 on ESPN's national rankings. On the men's side, not much happening, but Devion Smith, 4-star, number 65 nationally, makes it official. He signs with Mississippi State today. And Ole Miss shooting guard Matt Morrell, who committed this past weekend, 4-star, number 48 nationally. That's the highest ranked recruit in Ole Miss's history. So Kermit Davis doing big things at Ole Miss already. Basketball, folks, in the Magnolia State is going to be fantastic for years to come. At Calvary Baptist Church in Tupelo, Anna Fleming Quaka signed her letter of intent to continue her soccer career at Mississippi College. Quaka says she feels she's excited for how she can grow as a player for the Choctaws.
I think the main thing was my field vision. I've just always kind of been able to see the open player and know where to play the ball. I do need to work on some fitness-wise stuff just because I've been sitting off trying to heal my knee and some other injuries.
Time off this season to heal from some of those nagging injuries. Some more signings from today. Tupelo's Peyton Puckett makes his commitment to Mississippi State official as he signs to go play for the Bulldogs. The stud infielder has been a long-time commit for the Bulldogs, dating back to 10th grade, a career .360 hitter and a championship ring with the Golden Wave. Puckett has been a lifelong Bulldog fan, so signing today says Mississippi State felt like home.
It's nothing but home. Everyone there is so welcoming, and the program is amazing, and the academics is amazing, and it's just the place for me. I've always grown up being a State fan, so I've visited regularly there. So the first time I actually got brought in to take a visit I knew it was the place for me.
Starkville Academy senior Garrett Lewis signs with Tennessee Martin Baseball. Lewis battled through a torn labrum and actually found out he got the call from Tennessee Martin while he was on the river with his buddies. Lewis becomes the first volunteer athlete in quite some time to go D1. To hear more from Garrett, go to our website, wcbi.com. That's it for sports. Elastic, your forecast next.
Some clouds tomorrow, maybe a shower or two, especially in the south, and then the sun returns. Still a bit cool for the weekend, but we're back to average next week. Hallelujah.
Thank God. 65. But hey, look at that, Tom.
Never looked so good.
Sunny on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no rain, so.
You love to see it.
Definitely. All right. Thanks for watching, everyone. Have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow, same time, same place.